I was born in Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia, a country that is sandwiched by two continents, Asia and Australia, and by two major oceans, Pacific and the Indian Oceans. It is an archipelago that consists of 17,508 islands, according to the CIA. But only 922 of them are permanently inhabited. There are 700 languages being actively spoken and 300 ethnic groups currently living there. The country is populated by approximately 273 million people, though close to 60% of them live on the Java Island. And 87% of the population is Muslim, 7% Protestant, 3% Roman Catholic, and 1.5% Hindu. There's another clue about the country, if you have not figured it out from the map. Bali is one of those 17,000 islands. Jakarta, my hometown, has a population of 11 million people now. So it's a little bit bigger than Pittsburgh. I was born Indonesian of Chinese descent, an ethnic that is not counted as one of those 300 that I mentioned earlier, and was baptized as a Roman Catholic when I was a baby. Okay, a side note for any math nerds like me, those two factors alone place me in the 0.6 demographic. I immigrated to the US in 1990 and became a naturalized citizen 5 years later. I'm grateful. I'm a registered independent here in Pittsburgh, so I have no voice in the primaries. Sad. But from the time I immigrated to the US in 1990, or actually even before, my political beliefs have been influenced by various events I experienced. Absorbing conservative values initially, then progressive during and after last year of college, and finally, independent, detached from those two opposite sides. 30-something years ago, a few months before I graduated from high school, I found myself trapped in a sea full of people having a massive, massive political rally in one of the few major arteries in Jakarta. Back then, it was only populated by 7 million people. There were 5 lanes going in each direction, 5 of them. And in each direction, it has 2 slow lanes and 3 fast lanes, and separated by a metal bar fence. I was driving my car with a couple of friends, probably listening to a new wave rock band like The Police or something, played on my stereo cassette deck, if you remember that. So no Google Map with live traffic report, no social media, heck, no cell phone, nor even beeper to warn me what was happening. Yes, I was caught off guard and immediately surrounded by tons and tons of passionate people. They were moderately aggressive, mind you, yelling loudly of their political messages, banging on anything they could, climbing the fences and electrical poles, bus shelters and bus stops, and whatever they could climb. Yes, on some cars too. Notice that I said moderately earlier because I knew there was another party with a worse reputation. So I was lucky. What you waiting for? What are you voting for? Who are you with? Do you support us? Do you hate? Fill in the name of the opposite parties. Were some of the friendliest questions they yelled at us while banging on the windshield, the windows, the engine cover, the doors, and whatever else. Bam, bam, bam. Were the banging sounds I could still remember. My brain was jammed. I didn't know what to think and what to do. As a teenager at that time, I was just worried that I would have lost my driving privileges if I made it back home. Honestly, I had planned to vote for those guys. But at that moment, my brain was blank. Well, probably they were also full of cursing words, a lot of fear. I didn't know what to respond. One thing that I remember I immediately did was to look around rather frantically, hoping for some kind of law enforcement that would rush by to rescue me. And most importantly, in my mind, my parents' car. But nope, no luck, no help, nowhere to go. I didn't know that the incident had scarred me. It might have imprinted a fundamental desire to live where my own security and my personal space are reliably respected. Well, over the years, that desire has evolved, has been revised, has replaced my with everyone. So I want to live where everyone's security and personal space are respected and protected, where the law enforcement are reliable and trustworthy to serve and protect all. Is it possible though? For sure, that incident was just one of the many experiences that molded me into who I am now. Storyburgh created this Where I Came From series as a platform to elevate and share personal experiences that have defined us as individuals and as communities. Where I came from includes all aspects of change, geographically, demographically, and also politically. The Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, is a space where we mindfully come with full intention and participate to deeply listen to the stories of those we might not have a chance to meet in person. Storyburgh is launching this DMZ because we realize the strength there is in creating a space for speaking truth of our own lived experiences. A space that I didn't have as a scared teenager, trapped in a car in the middle of a massive rally with nowhere to go.